I still remember the morning everything started to unravel. It was just before sunrise in a cramped little apartment on the east side of town. I woke up to the sound of buses rumbling past and that faint hum you hear when the city's still half asleep. I rolled over, reached for the other side of the bed, and felt nothing but cold sheets. He was gone again. Mark used to leave early for work, or that's what he told me. Lately it felt like he was always meeting someone about a deal that never quite showed up. I didn't ask questions anymore. I just tied my hair back, walked barefoot across the peeling linoleum in the kitchen, and made myself instant coffee. Outside the window there was this giant billboard with the words, "Live without limits." I used to believe that. Now it just felt like a bad joke. That night I'd just finished my shift at the diner and was stirring a pot of watery vegetable stew when Mark came through the door. He tossed his jacket onto the couch like it owed him money. "Soup again," he said, like the words tasted bitter. "It's what we have till Friday," I told him, keeping my voice calm. "Maybe then we can, Friday." "That's 3 days away," he snapped, pounding the table hard enough to rattle the dishes. "I'm tired, Rachel. Tired of being broke. Tired of seeing you wear the same clothes. I want more than this." I set the pot down and tried to meet his eyes. "We have each other. That's what matters. We've been through worse, remember?" He shook his head, almost like he was shaking me off entirely. "I don't want to start over. I want out." That night he fell asleep on the couch and I sat by the window staring at the city lights, wondering when love stopped being enough. I told myself I'd work harder, find more hours somehow, make him proud again. But the next few weeks it was like he was living in another world. He came home dressed sharper, smelling like cologne we couldn't afford. Said he'd met someone named Claire. Her dad owned a big real estate firm and she might help him get a job. A week later he told me they thought he was single. "If they knew about you," he said, "it ruined my chances." I just stared at him. "So what are you saying?" He didn't even flinch. "I'm saying maybe it's time we go our separate ways." The next morning he was gone. Closet empty. Wedding ring on the table with a note that said, "Don't contact me." For weeks I moved through life like a shadow. Went to work, came home, pretended to my family I was fine. Then, 2 weeks later, an envelope showed up in my mailbox. His handwriting, inside an invitation. "You're cordially invited to the wedding of Mark Taylor and Claire Bennett." Less than a month since he walked out. My best friend Nina nearly ripped it in half when she saw it. "He's inviting you so he can rub your face in it." But something in me snapped. I told her I'm going. The morning of the wedding, Nina showed up with a navy dress she'd borrowed from her cousin. Simple, elegant, and nothing like the worn diner uniform I'd been living in. I slipped it on, and for the first time in weeks I saw someone in the mirror who still had a spine. The venue looked like something out of a movie. Crystal chandeliers, fresh white roses, gold ribbons everywhere. As soon as we walked in, the whispers started. "Is that her, the ex?" We were seated in the very back, far from the family. When Mark stood at the altar, he gave a speech about how Claire believed in him when everyone else saw failure. Each word felt like a slow, deliberate cut. Then Claire's father, Mr. Bennett, took the mic. His voice shifted from proud to cold in seconds. "Before I blessed this marriage, I looked into the man my daughter chose," he said. And what I found surprised me. Mark froze. I found out he was married before Bennett continued. That he left his wife when times were hard, blamed her for his own failures, when she was the one holding him together. The room went dead silent. Claire turned to Mark. "Is that true?" he stammered. I wanted a better life, I thought." "Thought lying was the way to get it," Bennett cut in. "I value honesty above all else. This wedding will not go on until I see it." Claire walked straight toward me. I didn't know she had tears in her eyes. "I thought you were holding him back." "I'm so sorry." I told her quietly. "He said the same about you to me." Her face hardened. She spun back toward him. "How could you?" Bennett faced the crowd. "There will be no marriage and no business partnership, not with a man who can't face his past." Mark looked like the ground had opened beneath him. I stood then, my voice steady. "You had a partner, Mark, but you kept looking for someone to save you instead of saving yourself." I walked out with Nina at my side. And to my surprise, Claire followed. In the days that came after the story spread not the pity story I feared, but one of respect. People stopped me at the diner to say I'd handled myself with grace. A week later, Claire and Mr. Bennett showed up at my work. He told me I've built my life by betting on people with grit. I'd like to invest in your dream if you have one. I nearly laughed. I've got one. I just want to earn it myself. We shook hands. That was the day my life shifted for good. Months later, my little bakery, yes, I finally opened one, was thriving. Nina was my manager. Claire came by often, and against all odds, we'd become friends. Mark reached out once asked to meet. We sat on a park bench where we used to dream about the future. He looked smaller somehow. I ruined everything he said. Can you forgive me? I told him I already did. But forgiveness isn't the same as forgetting or going back. Learn to value people, Mark. Not just what they can do for you. I walked away without looking back, and for the first time in years, I felt light. That's the thing about losing everything, you find out what's really yours. So now I'll ask you, if someone walked out on you when life got hard, then came crawling back after it all fell apart, would you take them back or would you keep walking? Tell me in the comments, because I think the answers might surprise us all.